Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Pak Eugene, Pak Ngurah, all the distinguished um, speakers, participants, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure for us from the Ministry of Investment and Downstream Industry or Indonesia Investment Coordinating Board, frequently referred as BKPM, to be part of today's gathering. And I think, let me just go through some key points that I would like to highlight. I think you've been listening, many information, many highlights, from yesterday and today. So let me just go straight to my key points. Next slide. What we would like to, once again, take this opportunity to update you. When it comes to putting Indonesia on the global radar maps, Indonesia is one of the top 20 economies according to the UNCTAD, the United Nations on Conference and Trade and Development. And you also see how the direct investment realization has increased by 2.1 times, from 2021 compared to last year, So from close to 61 billion US dollar into almost 120 billion US dollar. So you can clearly see how the investment keeps playing, a key role in Indonesia. And when we put this to compare with the direct investment relation in the manufacturing sectors, the number is even higher, by 2.2 times, So what we mean by direct investment relation here is, once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's not investment commitment or investment approval. We are referring to investment, realization. So meaning, for all the totals, you can clearly see each and every project is making, many progress from the pre-investment all the way into the, construction, into the commercial phase and so on and so forth. So of the 5 key sectors in Indonesia playing, the big role, number 1 is, again, this is not new, in the metal and non-machinery. And this is in line what we are focusing on, the so-called downstream industry. And I think previous speakers, has highlighted this information earlier. You're also seeing food and pharma, chemical and pharma, and other key sectors. So with this, again, of the top 5, many are in the manufacturing sector. Next slide. What we would like also to provide you with a little bit background is, again, I think you are seeing Indonesia not only as, growing, middle income with, rising demands for consumer goods, for instance, but you're also seeing Indonesia being the largest economy in ASEAN. And also, again, the founder of ASEAN, now Indonesia is, again, even taking this to the next level by being the newest member of BRICS, for instance, and also on our way to become the OECD, country. And of course, we signed many FTAs, many CEPA, the Commercial Economic Partnership Agreement. Last, time, the minister has updated that we have concluded and signed the FTA with Canada, with European Union, and so on and so forth. Next slide. So with that, what we would like to highlight again, being, the largest economy in ASEAN, Indonesia offers at least 2 opportunities for you. As again, fast-growing market in the ASEAN countries, but also you see Indonesia to be your next manufacturing hub. So you can, from Indonesia, you can enter, you can access the, Australian market, for instance. You can go to India, as we also sign many FTAs and CEPA with India. And of course, with Hong Kong, for instance, I think we have concluded the so-called ASEAN Hong Kong Investment Agreement, I think a decade ago or so. So with that, I think clearly, gives you the complete picture what Indonesia is all about. The next thing what we would like to is how the next 4 or 5 years will be look alike. Again, what we want to say from the very beginning is how the past 10 years of the so-called investment target from the from the former administration, and how the current administration in 4 or 5 years' time is expected to double the total investment realization, from roughly, a little over 630 billion US dollar into 814 billion US dollar. So you will see that this will be playing, an important role, in the next years to come. So you will see how our target, we are not, having a single target, but we have double-digit target all the way into 2029. I think Pak Eugene early in the morning spoke about Pak Hasim's statement yesterday. Our target is to support the 8% economic target by 2029. But I think I heard earlier Pak Eugene was speaking, how this target can be achieved in the next 2 years, right? So this is something that we also want to, of course, basically be able to play a part. The next thing we would like to highlight is, again, with the next slide, what we want to update you is, last year was a successful year for us. We have exceeded our investment realization targets, and if you, again, take the number, and let me, I think, reiterate that, let the facts speak for themselves. We are seeing how the, FDI play a key role in Indonesia, and also how the direct investment is also, playing a similar role. So with that, what you need to understand is how the domestic direct investment and FDI play, a role. And of course, what is also important is on the distribution of, the investment. Our focus is not only to Java Island, but, as we have many other islands to offer, so we would like to basically be able to distribute all the investment not only to the Java Island. Of course, when we are talking about the, for instance, just to give you a better picture, if you compare, more than 90% of the investment from Japan or Korea are in the Java Islands, all the way from Banten area into the East Java, for instance. But, from China, you will see different path. Most of the investment, in fact, number 1 and 2 destination, are not in Java Island, but in the Central Sulawesi and the North Maluku. So I think, that's the most interesting thing for you to take note. Again, I'm also pleased to update you when it comes to the FDI distribution from China in particular. Again, you are seeing how Central Sulawesi, North Maluku, in the eastern part of Indonesia. By the way, we have 3 different time zones. So in Central Sulawesi, we have 1 hour's difference. With North Maluku, we have another 1 hour difference. So with this, you are seeing from the Chinese investors' point of view, each and every island, you can clearly see how the investment, are well distributed all over Indonesia, and you can also see how the sectors, playing different roles, and again, they basically not only in the so-called downstream industry, but many other promising sectors. Next slide. Ladies and gentlemen, again, I think Pak Stephen earlier has highlighted a number of, what we call as key investment priorities. So again, almost 1/3 of the investment is coming in the downstream industry, but we would like to welcome more and more investment in the, of course, renewable energy. We would like to also offer Indonesia, when it comes to food security. I'll be meeting Japanese delegation this afternoon talking about the food, security. Again, for the semiconductors and digital economy, we are seeing, stronger interest from China, from big companies. I don't want to, reveal the name of the companies, but, I think hopefully you will see, some of them will be making in the headline. Perhaps the SCMP will cover this story as well, Pak Eugene. Again, the export-oriented manufacturing, this is also very important. We see many mainland Chinese investors come to Indonesia in the footwear industry, in the textile industry, in the toys manufacturing industry, and so on and so forth. I think this is part of the so-called China Plus One strategy. Some of them, they try to, perhaps, not to put all their eggs in one basket in China, but also they have different manufacturing hubs somewhere outside China. And again, we are seeing, I think Pak Ngurah later will speak how some Chinese companies are choosing, the so-called industriopolis in Central Java Batang, to be their preferred investment destination. And of course, healthcare is always important for us. What I'm, referring to healthcare is not only on the pharma or the medical device, but also healthcare services. And that's why we have the small economic zones in Bali, in some other areas, on the healthcare focus. And of course, we have many other things. But just to provide you with a little bit background. So with this, I think we are quite optimistic that we will, again, from the investment point of view, we will play, a bigger role in as a key element of our GDP. Next slide. So, ladies and gentlemen, I think some of you are wondering, and I think some speakers earlier also already mentioned about this. So, one of the, priority that we've been doing over the past few years on how to basically be able to, of course, this is the thing that's always on our focus, how to create a favorable, and conducive investment climate in Indonesia. And of course, last time when we introduced the most comprehensive reform by the name of the Omnibus Law, now we are taking this to the whole new level. We are introducing government regulation. We have new, decree from our minister on the full implementation of this so-called reform package. And I think some of you will be, seeing some progress from this later on. What we want to say is that all the investment licenses, again, for some foreign investor, getting investment permits is a big headache. So what we want to offer is that, through this, single platform, it connects you to many government agencies, to many ministries, local government, industrial parks operators, for instance, and many other things. So no need for you to submit, let's say, paper to any government ministries, for instance. All you need to do is just to submit through the so-called online platform OSS. So I think it gives you peace of mind. And I think we are also seeing some companies are, of course, for newcomers, you may have some difficulties, and that's why our team will be available to help you. And at the moment, the system works in Bahasa Indonesia only, but I think it will be, the bilingual, I think, will be provided soon. Next slide. Of the 5 key steps of doing business in Indonesia, again, from your pre-investment stage, from the so-called regulation and policy checking, you need to make sure whether the business line is open all the way 100% to foreign, let's say, ownership, for instance, or is there any specific things that you need to know, and how to, for instance, how to set up the company, how to get the incentive all the way into the project construction, and so on and so forth. So our team will be available along the way. So we used to say, once you begin investment journey in Indonesia, we will at your side. We will extend our full support. And I think, again, I spoke to Pak Iwan earlier, and I think we'll be happy to, expand our cooperation and take it to the next level. Next slide. I think what we want to say is that, again, this is, again, how we try to always be available, be accessible. I keep telling my team, again, meeting the right people is important for you. And we provide you with, simple rules, so anything you need to know, anything you need to, let's say, get some assistance or support from us, do let us know. And we cater this, by, again, providing easy access. We have 2 simple rules. Number 1, our China team, we call it China team. Our China team should be easily reachable. That's why we provide all the contacts, so they can reach out by WhatsApp, by email, by WeChat, by any other means, And number 2, never forget rules number one. Meaning we should be always be easily reachable and contactable. So that's, I think, our key point. And once again, I think I would like to once again take the opportunity to express our appreciation as our minister is traveling abroad. So from I think once he received the letter from SMB to speak here, he made it loud and clear that he wanted actually to be part of this, but because of his overseas travel, he can make it. But I think I spoke with Pak Eugene earlier. I think we also look forward to perhaps we can organize some business event in the near future, and this is also something that we've been trying to do by extending our outreach, as we believe, and from the earlier statistics, I think you see that China is arguably the largest investor in Indonesia. Of course, some of them, they do the investment in Indonesia through, Hong Kong, sometimes through Singapore, which is we are perfectly fine, and we have no issue at all. But you can also see, some of them, they do the investment directly from China. So with this, what we want to say is that, whatever door you choose to make, we are always available. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pak Cahyo.
Okay, good morning everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Pak Cahyo, Bu Yuwana, and distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen. That's the movie that we always display to every occasion on any events. The specific is the message from the President Prabowo Subianto. This is not simply industrial estates. This is beyond industrial estate. I want to make it like a Shenzhen of Indonesia. So actually, we don't build industrial estate. We build a city. So that's the difference between what we are doing and the other industrial estate development in Indonesia. So where are we actually? We are in the middle, right in the middle of Java Island. Out of 786 kilometers toll route from Merak to Probolinggo, we are at kilometer 371. We have our own interchange and our own toll gates. So you have 4 hours drive from Jakarta and 4 hours drive from Surabaya. You are coming to Batang. We also in the middle of double track railway from Jakarta to Surabaya. So actually, we will have also access to double track railway for logistics and passengers in the future. We are only 1 hour drive to Ahmad Yani Airport, International Airport, about 4 hours to Tanjung Priuk Port and 4 hours to Surabaya Port. We even have our small port in the moment, but when the traffic growing, later on I will show you that we have a very, very ambitious plan of what nobody knows what we are doing now, but you are the first one who will see the master plan. Next. This is the beauty of Batang. Government give me through the Presidential Decree 106/2022, 3,100 hectares, 800 hectares, and 400 hectares. We developed this 3,100 hectares, 2,000 on the north of the toll route, 1,000 on the south of the toll route, and another 1,000 on the hill. But that's not enough. Government actually give us 4 islands on the coastal line for reclamation because we need a future development. The growth of Batang is unexpected. We plan to sell only 60 to 80 hectares a year. Now we sell almost 120 hectares a year. Probably this year we will sell 200 hectares a year. So this aggressive implementation of Batang will consume the land immediately with the plan of finishing by 2035, probably by 2032. All this land will be occupied. So the next question, where we should build? Because we cannot, in Indonesia it's quite difficult to expand your land into the public area, yeah, because we cannot easily acquire land of the local people. So the only way is through the reclamation. And the first development will be this. These two islands will be developed first to protect our port in the future, because the cost of the breakwater is as high as reclamation. So instead just simply make a breakwater to protect your port, we immediately prepare the first two islands in the next few years. Next. What we did for the last 5 years. 5 years ago, Batang is simply rubber plantation and thick wood forest. There's nothing there. Within 5 years, we changed everything into the video that you just saw. On that video, the one that not finished is the golf course and the horse race track. The rest is already there. The rest is already there. So this is what we did. With the budget from government put in my book, 977 billion rupiah, and government budget for infrastructure, 5.3 trillion, and together, Jasa Marga built the interchange of the toll road, PLN built the 4 times 60 megawatt substation, PGN Pertamina Gas Negara built the metering station of the natural gas, and then Pelindo built the port. They spent 1.2 trillion. What we get? Within 5 years, we have 23 trillion commitment investment in Batang. So 3 times than the whole government and state-owned investment. Out of this, we can create 16,000 employment already. 5 years ago, out of this 4,000 hectares of rubber plantation, you only can provide jobs for only 2,000. Why? One person do 2 hectares of their rubber harvest, yeah? But with this, only 800 hectares that we already developed, we can create 16,000. This is a lot of companies from United States, European companies, Chinese, Singaporeans, even Chile coming to us. And what is the financial performance? This is the financial performance. You can compare to other industrial estate. Not everyone can sell 1 trillion a year. Last year, we called sales 1.6. The impact, Pak Cahyo, the impact of the Batang economic growth is 8.5% already last year. So we achieved the government 8% by Batang, because we create a growth, we create economy for this Batang district. Next. And on 20 March 2025, on the video that you saw, President Prabowo Subianto granted me 3 status of special economic zone: industrial and manufacturing, logistic and transportation, and then tourism and property. Quite a lot of facilities that we have. So we can give you a lot of import duties waiver from the beginning, waiver for the value-added tax along the construction process, and then also waiver for imported materials, and also tax holiday for 10, 15, 20 years, yeah, regarding to the regulation of the tax holiday. I will quote the statement from Pak Stephen this morning. You need to invest in any SEZ in Indonesia with local partners and local consultants. Sometimes you don't know the details. Not because government doesn't give you the facilities, but you're not comply with the all paperwork. So my recommendation, find a local partners and local consultant who understand the process to help you to have this kind of facilities from the beginning, from the first time you enter Indonesia and the special economic zone. Next. Okay, this is what actually the 3 different. We have 500 hectares cooperation under 2 countries twin park agreement between Prabowo Subianto and Jinping that will be making this little Shenzhen to be built starting this year with China State Construction and Engineering Corporation. And like you see, we have also preparation for dry port and transit-oriented development in Batang. Because government of Indonesia now, especially in Central Java, they are having the policy of getting out odol out of the street. You know odol? It's over-dimension, overloaded trucking that destroys road and killing a lot of people because this vehicle should not on the road. So government trying to transforming them from the main road into railways. And Batang has the facility for that. So in the next few years, when the dry port in Batang ready, all the containers from Jogja, Solo, Magelang will not go directly to Surabaya or Jakarta, but they will go to Batang, hop into the lorry, and then move by the railway to those ports. It will reduce costs because the Indonesian logistic cost is quite high because the toll road is not a subsidy by government. So with using railway, government trying to make reducing the logistic costs and also reducing the damage on the roads and also traffic accident along the way. We also need transit-oriented development station for passengers because Batang will be the satellite city for Semarang and Pekalongan. We designed the population will be 200,000 within the next 15 years. So Batang will be like in Jakarta, like Depok in the future. So no matter who's the government will be, because this is under government regulation and presidential decree, Batang will be city. It's a matter of now, are you going to join me to build the city or are you going to join later? And this is the beauty of Batang. Tourism, commercial, and accommodation. A lot of industrial estate in the world are developing from industrial estate and then city and then port and then tourism. Like Jababeka. 15 years ago, Pak Darmono, when he started Jababeka, he only think about industrial estate. But you see now Jababeka, it's a kota Jababeka, Jababeka city. They have golf course, they have apartment, they have shopping malls, they have everything. But the city has been built later. Batang changed everything. We start building everything from the beginning. And that will make Batang a faster city, racing like Atlantic in the Central Java. Okay, that's all from me. But since I've already finished my name card, I would like to have JJ to join me. JJ, where are you? Oh, come. Sri Rejeki. Mrs. Sri Rejeki, nickname JJ, is my manager for industrial marketing and promotion. And JJ, it's a local Batang resident. She was born in Batang. She was studying in Central Java. And we've been training her for the last 3 years and sending her everywhere in the world. So she speaks English and she speaks little Mandarin. So I would like to assure all of you in this room, whenever you land in Semarang Airport, let JJ pick you up and then drive you to Batang, take you around, having lunch and durian with her, and then let's see if you like to invest in Batang. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Pak Nuram and Ibu JJ.
Thank you so much for the introductions. Good morning, everyone. My name is Joanna. I'm handling transaction banking at BRI. So it's a privilege for us to be here. Thank you, Eugene, for having us here. And just following through from what Pak Cahyo has presented earlier, here I'm gonna briefly share about what is BRI and how BRI, we as a bank, we can help you to connect and help to support facilitating your intention to invest in Indonesia and your innovation and your aspiration to grow in Indonesia. Next slide. Oh, I have the, right. Okay, so BRI. BRI, allow me to briefly introduce, this is BRI. BRI, we are I would say the first locally established bank in Indonesia. We are established in 1895, so we just marked our 130 years of presence in Indonesia. We are the largest network bank. We have more than 7,400 branches in Indonesia, and we also have 6 offshore branches and 8 representatives across globally. Our main bread and butter is on MSME. So our 85% of our loan composition is on MSME, but we do have a full suite of services from big local corporates, multinational, all the way to the micro. So that's where we are. And here you can see, all this big number on our total asset, loan financing, and transaction as well. We are the top 5 of largest market cap banks in ASEAN. Okay. Excuse me. So as I mentioned earlier, we have the largest network in Indonesia. So our deep physical footprints combined with our strong relationship with the local government is actually is a good and is a unique ability for us to help you to connect from globally, from your international network all the way to the local communities and local presence in Indonesia. Next slide. So as you can see here, Indonesia today, as you heard also from Pak Cahyo and possibly from previous speaker as well, Indonesia today stands on a strong and resilient economic foundation despite persistent global uncertainties. Indonesia offers scale, a large scale, with more than 280 million of people. We are the world's 4th largest population and the largest economy in Southeast Asia. We are strategically located at the crossroads of major global hubs, making it a natural hub, as you heard from earlier speaker, a natural hub from many industry, from manufacturing, logistics, as well as from the natural resources that we have in Indonesia. So in this context, on FDI, we understand that FDI, foreign direct investment, plays an essential role for Indonesia. And at BRI, we support, and FDI has become our highest priority, and we do have end-to-end services on how we can support facilitating the investment into Indonesia. Because we understand that entering into new market is not only about capital, it's not only a decisions of industry that you're entering into, but it's more than that. It requires clarity, it requires transparency, it requires the right partners, the right local partners for you to make your business, to make when you enter into Indonesia for ease of your doing business in Indonesia. And that is why at BRI, we have established a comprehensive suite of services designed specifically to support the global investors. We work closely with the Ministry of Investment, with the investment promotion centers, with chambers of commerce, as well as with the Indonesian Sovereign Wealth Fund, the Nantara, to ensure that investors receive coordinated and seamless support at every stage of the journey. As you can see here, these are usually the common concerns for investors when entering into a new market. You have legal and governance concerns, you have economic financial concerns, you have bureaucratic, you have operational, you have concern on how you can obtain the right workforce for Indonesia. You also have political concern. Here at BRI, we have all the services that we can support you in all stages of your investment journey. From the earliest pre-investment, when you want to survey locations, we can support you on that. Because our deep physical presence in Indonesia has allowed us to build meaningful and significant relationship with the local government, with the regional government, with the local communities, so we can help to connect you with the right partners, with the right potential buyers, suppliers, distributors, connect you with the local government so that it can help you to ease you when you enter into the market. During planning and feasibility analysis, we can help to connect you with strategic partners, as I mentioned earlier. On licensing processes, we can help you on that. On investment phase, we can help to provide you with the funding and financial support. Of course, we need to have further discussions on that. we can help you to provide your in your operational phase. So when you have started your journey in Indonesia, for your cash management services, your trade services, your FX investment services. So that also we have at BRI. And on construction phase as well, before operational space, we also provide you with the when you build up your factory, for example, you need to obtain workforce. We also have our subsidiaries and our partners to help you obtain that. From employee, even on if you have already the workforce and you want to have benefit or facilities for your employees, at BRI we have the retail bank and also micro businesses, so we can help you to provide services for your employees' benefits. Next slide. So this is the map of Indonesia, and we have mapped also the economic zone and industrial zone in Indonesia. As you can see from the map, the blue one is the industrial zone. The green one is our regional offices. So we have 18 big regional offices across Indonesia, which is close to the industrial zone. But beyond that, we have branches, we have sub-branches, we have units, and we have 1.2 million what we call billing agents. Agents is the one who can help to cover the most remote area of Indonesia to help people doing transactions as well. So we are everywhere in Indonesia. And beyond this, we have, as I mentioned earlier, 6 plus 8 offshore branches and representatives globally. Next slide. So, what truly distinguishes BRI is not only the range of services that I mentioned earlier, but we play as a connector. Our presence in every provinces and cities enable us to help you to connect, as I emphasize again, to regulator, local government, local supply chain, because our 85% business compositions is to micro, so we can help you to connect all the way to the tail end of suppliers and distributors. This combination of financial strength, local insights, national reach will position us as the right partner to help you as you have intention to invest in Indonesia. Next slide. So not only about investment and range of services, but we understand that no discussions about investment today will be complete without addressing digital transformation, because this is the key and a critical point for you to operate, not only in Indonesia, but you in a head office, in the regional office, you also want to maintain and you want to control your operations in these remote areas in Indonesia. So in BRI, that is why we also invest significantly in technology, in innovation, and in digital banking capabilities to support corporates operate more efficiently and easily through our digital banking platform, what we call Kilola. So Kilola is derived from the Bahasa Indonesia word. It is from management or managing. So our intention here with Kilola is that Kilola will be an integrated platform for you to operate from your collections, to manage your working capital, to manage your cash flow from collections, from payment, liquidity management, as well as when you have a need of trade financing, supply chain financing, letter of guarantee, bank guarantee, letter of credit, it's all here. All the way to we have connections with our retail network as well. So all the way to when you have merchants, you have employees, it's integrated into this platform. So you as a head office, all of you can have one dashboard and one integrated platform to control your operational needs. Okay, next. This is a sample, and Pak Ngurah as a next speaker will speak more about this. This is a sample of our partnership with Batang in Central Java with one of the industrial zone. So you see here we have our regional office there all the way in Semarang, but we do have our branch office as well and sub-branch office as well. All the offices are nearing around the industrial zone, that to help the communities there and to help the industrial zone to work as easy as possible, and not only from the company's perspective, but also from their employees' perspective. We as a bank, we support all the financial needs around the industrial zone. So here's our team. So we are committed to building a fully connected investment ecosystem, from facilitating foreign direct investment to strengthening industrial zone, empowering micro, small, commercial, medium enterprises and local communities as part of our national value chain. This holistic approach will ensure that your investment generate long-term value and support inclusive and sustainable growth. Here's our team. You can contact us if you want to have discussions, or if you have more clarity, or you have some questions to be clarified. And you can also scan that QR code. In that QR, we have put a brief introductions of our services, as well as some informations on macroeconomic in Indonesia and on the investment opportunities as well. We look forward to closely working with all of you on unlocking new opportunities and building stronger connections across regions and industry. Thank you again for listening, and thank you for being here.
Thank you, Ibu Yuana. Thank you.